Hey players, welcome back to KT Gaming, your go-to channel for all things gaming and tech. Today I'm diving into one of the most talked about topics in gaming of today and will be for the next couple of days or two, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree being nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. This announcement made just today has sparked mixed reactions among the gaming community. Whether you're all for it or strongly against it, this topic has the internet buzzing. So let me break it all down for you. First, a quick refresher. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is the massive DLC expansion for Elden Ring, which originally won Game of the Year in 2022. Released on June 20th, 2024, the DLC added a new story, new areas, new bosses and lore, expanding an already iconic game. While fans praised it as one of the best expansions ever created, its nomination for Game of the Year today has left some players scratching their heads. After all, should the DLC really compete alongside full standalone games? Let me explore the arguments for and against it. Let me start with the supporters. Fans of Elden Ring argue that Shadow of the Erdtree isn't just any DLC, it's almost a standalone experience, with dozens of hours of new content, challenging bosses, and lore that deepens the main game's story. They believe it's a masterpiece in its own right. And many fans say that if an expansion delivers this level of quality, it deserves to be judged alongside full games. After all, the Game Awards are meant to celebrate the best of gaming, no matter the format. But not everyone agrees. As soon as the Game of the Year nominees were revealed today, social media exploded with debates. One Reddit user wrote, "How could a DLC take up a nomination slot when so many new games don't even get considered?" This sentiment is echoed by players who feel the Game Awards should focus on recognizing fully original titles, or should I say, full games that aren't necessarily DLCs. And this year's competition is stacked with incredible releases that didn't make the cut. Players expected to see games like Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, Silent Hill 2 Remake, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 among the nominees. These are fully realized standalone titles with passionate fan bases, and their absence from the Game of the Year category has left many fans scratching their heads. This controversy isn't just about Elden Ring, it's about what the Game of the Year category truly represents. Should it celebrate quality alone, or should originality and innovation also play a role? Polls online are showing a near 50-50 split, with fans passionately arguing on both sides. There's also the question of precedent. If Shadow of the Erdtree wins, does that mean future DLCs, remakes, or even remasters could dominate the Game of the Year nominations? While some see this as a natural evolution of the awards, others worry it could overshadow groundbreaking new titles like those that were snubbed this year. And of course guys, the memes are already pouring in. Fans are joking that Elden Ring, whenever they put out a DLC, might win Game of the Year that year. Whether it's for DLCs, remasters, or even a sequel. It's all fun and jokes guys, but it truly shows how big and controversial this topic truly is. So what's the verdict? Whether you agree with Shadow of the Erdtree's nomination or not, there's no denying its impact on the gaming world. But this moment also raises important questions about how we define greatness in gaming. Should a DLC with exceptional content be treated the same as a standalone game? Or should new, original experiences always take priority? Now players, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Shadow of the Erdtree deserves to be a Game of the Year nominee? Or should the focus stay on new games like Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, Silent Hill 2, Warhammer, and others? Let me know of your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Now players, here's my take on it. Now when I thought Game of the Year, I knew 1000% that games like Black Myth Wukong were gonna be on there. I had a feeling about Astrobot being on there, but I wasn't too sure about that one because, it's an Astrobot game, but it was a great platforming game at the end of the day. And I thought that games like Warhammer, maybe Dragon Sparkling Zero, most definitely, because, it's a new Dragon Ball game. A lot of people thought it was. The Final Fantasy Rebirth game, I 100% knew was going to be on there. And I just thought that Game of the Year is, well, for games that are new, right, of the year. So to think that a DLC was able to make it on there as a nominee is kind of like, wow, I don't think this has ever happened before. But I get it why people say, like, their argument about, well, this DLC is like the length of a full game anyway, so might as well, and it's like innovative, it's great, it's like it deserves its recognition, and I get all that, but shouldn't the Game of the Year of 2024 like nominees, should it be full games of 2024. But I don't know, I'm kind of stuck in the middle of it because I played Elden Ring and I played a little bit of the DLC, and it's fire, but I never thought a DLC would make it on there. But let me know what you players think down below, because I'm kind of in the middle with this one. I think that if a game is great, it should be a game of the year. I feel like they should 100% prioritize new games over DLCs. But if they don't have any other games like to put on the nominees, then put a DLC up there then. But if we already had like games that we were expecting to be nominees, then why put a DLC there if there were games that could have taken up that slot? You know, kind of like the DLC just took the slot of a full game that could have been on the nominee list. But at the end of the day, guys, everything's evolving. So the game of the year stuff, even gaming in general, it's all growing. So apparently DLCs could be introduced into the game of the year nominees now. And I even heard that they changed the criteria of this year's game of the year criteria just to put the Elden Ring DLC in there, which if they did, that's kind of crazy. But you know, at the end of the day, guys, I'm kind of in the middle of this. Let me know what you think down below. And players, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more updates on all things Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, game of the year stuff, gaming, and even tech. And players, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.